So with the NFL Draft Combine coming up this Thursday, there are a lot of notable and controversial topics we need to talk about today. So we're going to start with the Becton botch. How much will Mekhi Becton's flag drug test affect his draft stock? Whoever wants to talk about it first can.
Zach, you want this one? Oh, Bob?
I'll start. I think Mekhi Becton is a once in a draft kind of talent. I don't really think the flag drug test will affect it that much. I think teams have their eyes set on drafting him. I think he's 6'7".
He's 6'9", but yeah, he's a tank.
He's 6'7", 368. The problem with the flag drug test is it does affect the future. I think with him, but I think teams are still going to draft him. And if there's another drug test or drug incident, then that's when it's going to start affecting his future. But as
I'm
right
sure
now,
he wasn't the only one either.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and the big thing to remember with the flag drug test is it doesn't mean he failed it. It just means that there was reason for concern. He's never failed a drug test in his life. The Louisville coaching staff and the AD recently came out and spoke about what a great person he is, how they've had no problems with him whatsoever. And when you look at as good of the top of the class at offensive line is, he might be the best of the bunch. 6'7", 5'1", 40-yard dash. He's an athletic freak. He's got size. He can pass block. He can run block. He's somebody that probably has the highest ceiling of all the offensive linemen. So there's no question he's still going in the first round. And honestly, when you look at Laramie Tunsil, a similar situation arose with him not too long ago. He's now established himself as one of the best offensive linemen at left tackle in the National Football League. So there's really not a huge reason for teams to look at this and make a different selection.
But now, where do you think he would go if the Giants don't take him? Because top 10, a lot of people are set on it's a heavy quarterback draft in top 10. It's also there's wide receivers that are going to be taken outside, maybe in top 10.
Well, I think he's going to go somewhere between 8, 9, and 10. I think that's where the first tier of O-line to go. That's Wills, whatever his name is. Becton and Worse. Those are the top 3 O-linemen in the draft. And I'm convinced if no one trades, the Browns Jaguars are going to draft O-linemen there, and whoever's at 10.
You think the Jaguars are going to take an O-lineman?
I talked to Zach about this the other day. I think you can't draft a star player on the Jaguars right now. You're in rebuild mode. You have to build from the ground up. You have to build where your strength is. Your strength is the run. You just build for Fournette, and you can't worry about defense in the top 10 right now. You have to build for the future.
Well, they're also looking to trade Fournette right now, too. There's been a lot of reports of that.
Fournette also said that he wants to stay there the rest of his career.
Yeah.
That's gas. That's not going to happen. There's no chance he stays for the rest of his career there.
Mm-hmm.
But, we can also just move on to another situation in the NFL draft. Where is Tua going to get drafted? People worry about injuries.
He's going to the Dolphins.
But how much will that affect his draft stock? You don't think at all? You don't think teams are worrying?
Dolphins are taking him number 5 no matter what.
Yeah, he's going to be a Dolphin.
Trains of thought, though, because teams can't look at him with their own medical staff. And even before his most recent hip injury, he had some problems with his hands and his feet. So some teams might not be super comfortable taking him considering that extensive injury history, and they can't look at him themselves. But
I think the Dolphins are going to trade up and then take him.
Before they've played LSU, a lot of execs said they had Tua higher on their board than Burrow. So
when you think about the Dolphins,
we'll take him at 5.
Yeah. When you think about the Dolphins, how in the past when they botched the Drew Brees when he had an injured hand or shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they botched that up, and I don't think they're going to mess it up again.
We also have to look at one other thing, too. The Dolphins really don't have a lot to lose. They're a team that can take risk. Some teams can't take risks. But
they had a lot of good free agency pickups this offseason, too.
When you've been this bad for this long, they had one playoff appearance with the Tannehill era when he I think he tore his ACL that year. But
Yeah, no, they don't have anything to lose.
I'm saying there's nothing to lose. They haven't been good, so
Yeah.
I mean, might as well take a risk on Tua.
I think they're gonna start to take a turn for the good though, because they made a lot of good free agency pickups.
Oh yeah, 100%. But you can't predict the future. You just have to look at the past and present.
That is true.
All right, let's move on to the next segment. We title it "Who Dat Dud." Who's going to be the most disappointing draftee of this class? Who's right now at the top of the draft boards, but is going to end up just not going to be relevant at all in the NFL? Who wants to start?
I can provide a name.
All right, go for it.
A lot of teams are apparently the Broncos are looking up to trade up to 10 in order to draft Henry Ruggs potentially as the first receiver off the board. But when you look at Ruggs, there's obviously the speed that's enticing for a lot of teams, the 4.27 combine, but that Alabama offense is maybe one of the best we've seen in the past 10 years in college football, just loaded with so much talent. It would be so difficult for him not to succeed in that position. And I feel like out of the 3 receivers they had starting this year, he was the 3rd best out of all of them. I look at Ruggs. I don't want to say John Ross, but
He reminds me of John Ross.
He's more of a John Ross type player than he is like
Yeah.
an Odell Beckham type player. Or a Tyreek
Cole
Hill
Hardman,
type
kind of.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's more like Hardman than he is Tyreek Hill, because that's what I'm hearing. I just don't see that.
Even
with
those
him.
are high standards, though, for
Yeah. Even Hardman, I think Hardman's a better player. I'm not huge on Ruggs. I think he looks like a guy who's going to have a lot of injury problems in his career.
Mhm.
I don't see him as being that star receiver.
Does anybody have anything to say before I put my argument out there?
Nope.
All right, I'm gonna put it out there. I don't think Jordan Love's gonna be anything special. I think people are looking to find that Mahomes-like player, but in Mahomes' case, it's a one-generation player. They're comparing him to Mahomes. He's going up draft boards. It just doesn't make sense. His stats were there, but he played at Utah State. I don't think Jordan Love is anything special. A team like the Patriots or Saints would be a bad decision to draft him. So I think he's gonna be a dud because people are just trying to predict the next Mahomes. It's not gonna work.
I agree.
20 interception or 20 touchdowns, 17 interceptions senior year. That's alarming to say the least. Especially going against.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's what I mean. Like, I just don't see. I watched him play a couple times. I don't see the Mahomes aspect as Mahomes
He's
was
definitely raw.
at Texas Tech.
He's definitely raw. It's going to take time. He's not somebody you can just throw in day one. It's going to take time with him for sure. He really has to land in the right place.
All right, we're just gonna do a draft from Blitz right now. So right now, I'm gonna name a team, and then we're gonna go down the list of us, and then you're just gonna name who you think that they're gonna draft. Just no explanation who they're gonna draft. All right, so I'll start. I think the Jets are gonna start. Jets are the first team. Jets are gonna draft Jerry Jeudy. Reed, who do you think?
I also think Judy as well. I mean, I think they're looking for a number 1 receiver for a long time.
Adam?
I think they're gonna go worse or just any lineman. I don't think they're gonna take a wide receiver.
JP,
I
what do you
think Douglas is set on it.
I agree with Judy.
Diego?
I think Judy, after getting rid of Robbie Anderson, I think they have a big spot to fill in wide receiver.
And finally, Zach.
This is a deep receiver class, so I think Gase will wait to fill the receiver need, and I think he goes to try and protect Darnold, and I have them taking Andrew Thomas, probably the safest offensive lineman on the board. That's who I have them.
All right, so the majority of our panel said Jerry Jeudy. So let's move on to the Eagles. Reed, you can start on this one.
I know Zach said like this pick. I think they're going to take Justin Jefferson.
All right, I agree with you. I think Justin Jefferson is a beast. I think they're going to take Justin Jefferson too. JP?
I was looking at Jefferson, or I was thinking maybe Higgins, but I'm not completely sure about the Eagles.
Zach?
I'm hoping it's Justin Jefferson if he's still there. They might have to move up to get him, but I'll say Justin Jefferson.
Diag?
Yeah, I agree with Justin Jefferson. I think he's the best receiver offered that late.
And finally, Adam.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be Justin Jefferson.
Someone else want to take over the segment?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
All right, so we have the next team is the New England Patriots. Bob, do you want to start off?
I think they take McKinney out of Alabama. They love defense. I think McKinney's a good talent out of Alabama. Belichick has a kind of connection with Saban.
Reed?
Definitely defense. They lost Van Noy. He was very good for them, so definitely someone on the defensive side.
Adam?
I don't know. I'd probably go with someone on the defensive side, like Reed said. They don't really need anything for offense besides receivers and a quarterback, but that's just too much to go for the first round, so they're probably going to go on the defensive end.
JP?
I'd go defense too. Whoever they pick, I feel like it's going to work for them. I want to know what they're going to do for their quarterback, though, because I feel like I could see them going with Jordan Love and just throwing a complete curveball out there just to try it out. But I don't know.
All right, Zach?
The Pats are in an interesting spot now without Brady. I think that they go with Jordan Love. I'm with JP on that. I think defense would make a lot of sense for them, but I'm not sure they're sold on Stidham or anyone else in that quarterback room. And them not trading for a vet like Dalton tells me that they have their eye on someone in the draft. So I think it might be Love there at a 24.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that they go with Love too. Multiple reports came out saying that they originally thought that Stidham would have been a good fit after Brady left, but now they're saying that they're looking towards other options. All right, the New York Giants. I'll let Bob go first.
I mean, I've been sold on this guy since day one. I love Isaiah Simmons. I think it's the clear choice. I know he should be drafting a line, but he's a talent.
Reed?
Yeah, definitely Isaiah Simmons. Like, I remember just watching all the Clemson games, and like he just flies across your screen. I feel like he just makes every play. So for sure.
Adam?
Definitely Isaiah Simmons. I mean, the Giants need basically everything, but like you can't pass up on Isaiah Simmons. He's definitely the best defender, I think, in the draft, or at least the most versatile.
All right, JP?
Yeah, no, I feel like Simmons is bound to happen for the Giants.
All right, Zach?
I hate to – I'm not going to dissent. It's Simmons. He's succeeded everywhere he's gone. He's exactly what you're looking for in the NFL. He can do everything, just a Swiss Army knife. He's easily going to succeed at the next level. And Gettleman's interested in him, so it makes too much sense.
I agree that it's going to be Simmons. I've also seen Becton on that mock draft at 4 because the Giants O-line definitely does need some work, even at the tackle position. So I honestly, as a Giants fan, I wouldn't be shocked if they take Becton because they've been known for just taking who they really like. But Simmons, in an interview, he said that he's played 6 different positions on the defensive end in one game. His 60-yard dash time, he just was a freak in the combine. So there's no other better player. He literally switched from linebacker to safety before he even entered the NFL, and I'm pretty sure he could play anywhere on the defensive end. So yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Versatility teams are looking for.
I think Simmons is the clear choice.